Baik, bertemu kembali dalam Bisnes Awani. Dalam usaha Malaysia bergerak ke arah negara maju, sektor utama seperti maritim bakal diberi perhatian. Persoalan yang kerap timbul adalah bukan soal teknologi, sebaliknya soal modal insan berkualiti dan berkepakaran. Jadi bersama saya di studio bagi menjelaskan potensi industri maritim di Malaysia serta peranan Institut Teknologi Maritim Belanda NMIT dalam melahirkan lebih ramai profesional di dalam bidang ini ialah Capt Razali Yaacob, iaitu pengarah urusan NMIT sendiri. Terima kasih kerana sudi bersama Bisnes Awani pada petang ini. Right, first, maybe we can start by let's start sharing with us about NMIT itself.
Yeah, thank you, Mr. Najib.
Yeah.
Basically, the Netherlands Maritime Institute of Technology has been in operations now for about 2 years. Yeah, basically how we go about partnering the Dutch, because of my previous experience sailing with the Dutch officers and masters, then pursuing my studies in Sweden together with the very good professors at the World Maritime University, and doing some projects in Malaysia with the Dutch for Malaysia and regional projects. And in June 2010, we signed up an agreement with two world-leading institutes, which are 138 years old, which is Willem Barents Maritime Institute, based in Terschelling in the Netherlands, and another institute, De Ruyter Maritime Institute, which is about 109 years old, in Vlissingen, a southern part of the Netherlands. So based from some projects that we do together, we decided that it's high time that we form this consortium, this amalgamation of expertise from the various sources from the Netherlands that we can bring into Malaysia. And from then on, 2010, in June, we signed up an agreement together with Iskandar Investment Berhad, who are our partners, very good partners indeed. And also our other partner would be the Iskandar Regional Development Authority, who provide a very good leadership and stewardship with regards to the development in EduCity Iskandar.
And these are the effort to bring the experts from Netherlands, especially to train our talent here in Malaysia. But how about our talent in Malaysia? Do we have enough people that are interested in this in maritime industry?
I would not say enough, but we have some. But because of the rapid development that is taking place with regards to the maritime industry in Malaysia, the growth rate far exceeds the supply of competent people that we have in Malaysia. And of course, there are also a few brain drain that's happening. Many Malaysians, they work overseas, and especially in the Middle East, where they gain in remuneration much more than what we can provide them over here. And again, with regards to, you talk about the areas of development, if we focus on Iskandar alone, it's going to be the oil and gas hub of Malaysia in Pengerang, for example. Billions of ringgit are being poured in by investors to see that the infra will be developed at a rapid pace. But whether or not we can cope with the human capital that's required to take us through the years to achieve a status of higher standing. So with regards to the human capital development, I think it would be the main issue here. We may have world-class facilities, but in the end, the homegrown talents will be required at a rapid pace. And we as NMIT, we are, of course, aspiring to be able to cater for the needs that's required by the industry, but whether or not we can do sufficiently enough for the country. Yeah.
So now, talking about the development of the maritime industry in Malaysia, which part we should focus more? Is it the bringing in the technology first and train the talent later on, or how? Which part is we need to focus more to further develop the industry?
I believe we can do it as a multi-pronged approach. We have to develop our own talent at the same time. We cannot wait for us to start from scratch to develop the technology. In terms of the maritime cutting-edge technology now that are available in the market, especially from Europe, example, and from the Netherlands, it is good that if we partner them and bring the technology here over in Malaysia, that would be, I think we can jumpstart many things here in the country. And at the same time, we realize that there will be thousands of professionals that we require in the maritime industry. Because when you talk about the maritime industry, it encompasses the whole range of the port sector, shipping, shipbuilding, ship repair, leisure, salvage, hydrographic surveys, the specialized marine equipment, specialized services, and so on. So there's a lot of things that we need to do, and within a short period of time, it is unlikely that we will be able to cope with the development that's taking place in Malaysia. We are blessed with these opportunities, given to Malaysia, especially with new finds of the oil and gas in the new fields, and I think these areas need to be developed rather quickly before we lose out further opportunities.
Let's say I give a situation, say for instance, if Malaysia planning to produce its own ship and export it, so maybe for the local industry to grow and to be the exporter and to be one of the major player in the industry, comparing to Singapore, if it's our neighboring country that far ahead from us, maybe how long does it take for Malaysia to be the major key player in the maritime industry itself?
Okay, to answer that, I believe it will be based on the comparison. If Singapore is sprinting and we are just walking, it will be many years. We are now still behind. But it doesn't mean that we lack the talent to overtake Singapore. We treat Singapore as a partner. There are so many things that we can learn from them, and they at the same time have a lot to learn from us. Like I mentioned, that because of the potential growth that is happening in Malaysia, even Singaporeans now are moving across to invest in Malaysia. So with regards to these talents, we would prefer that if this technology can be immediately be imported, transferred, at the same time executed in the fastest manner, and we can be in par with other maritime nations in the world.
And it maybe in conjunction with Lima Langkawi that is happening now, starting today. Maybe now this exhibition we actually keep buying technologies and all that for our military and all that. So maybe it's time for us to have our own capacity to build this kind of technology in Malaysia. So if you think that if we are able to produce this kind of technology, we do have technology that we can bring in, do you think that by focusing on the human capital development, we can achieve that level, or how?
Certainly, human capital development is an important element that must be considered. In Lima, from what I understand, on Thursday there will be a forum on emerging. The title is Malaysia Emerging as a Shipbuilding and Ship Repair Hub in the region. This is a monumental task. Importantly, we must have the political will to do this. And I think if we can recall Tun Mahathir being a great visionary and has transformed our Malaysian region to be a hub for these activities, is an achievement by itself. And I think now this biennial event, which discusses issues, for example, with regards to the shipbuilding and ship repair hub, I'm sure a lot of feedback and constructive input will be there from the industry. There will be new players that can contribute. As you mentioned, there are homegrown talents around, and they have contributed a lot in terms of research and development. We would not be dependent 100% from just foreign technology, but the beauty of it, if we have partners that can synergize with the technology that we have, I think we can move faster. And I think the industry requires us to act fast. Rather than just talking, we have to act.
Now that, briefly, now that the NMIT is in the maritime industry, training all the talents, local talents and all that to be the experts to fulfill the requirement of the industry. So moving forward for NMIT, what are the plans and all that, briefly?
Okay, basically now we have only about 260 students. We are operating at Menara Kotaraya Gallery in Johor Bahru. The building belongs to Iskandar Investment Berhad. Like I said, they have supported us from the beginning, and we hope to extend our operations in May into EduCity campus at EduCity Iskandar. Basically, that building is also owned by Iskandar Investment Berhad. So along the way, like for example, IRDA have also assisted us in terms of marketing our product, not only in Malaysia but also in the international scene. So we hope to have our 1,700 students come May this year, and we hope to expand further, and the new campus in Edu City will can house a maximum of 1,800 students, but soon we will have to expand our wings to the other regions of Malaysia and also Southeast Asia.
It's a very interesting topic to discuss. I'm sure that is the broad issue and broad topic to discuss about, but we have limited time. Itu tadi Kapten Razali Yaacob, iaitu pengarah urusan NMIT, berbincang soal profesional di bawah bidang industri maritim Malaysia. Dan Bisnes Awani berhenti seketika, jangan ke mana-mana.